then, why not try that? And, the thing with, like, for example, doing like a prolonged fast, once a quarter, once every couple of months, depending on how severe your issues are. I mean, there's been benefits shown with that, like in aging. Like, so people that have been put on this fasting mimicking diet, they have improved biomarkers of aging. They increase their lean muscle mass. I mean, so like I said, in animal studies, and you can't directly translate the animal studies to humans because rodents have a really fast metabolism. And if you fast them for 48 hours, they lose 20% of their body weight, where humans only lose like 1 or 2%. I mean, that's like clearly, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you can't, it's obviously you can't completely translate everything that's done in fasting in rodent to humans, but there are definitely organs are shrinking and then literally regrowing after the fast is over. Like it's like this rejuvenation process, and it seems as though selectively damaged cells are killed. In fact, this whole, like there's a whole, Dr. Longo showing that cancer cells are really, really susceptible to dying when you do like a prolonged fast or even a fasting mimicking diet. And he's shown this in animal studies, and he's done a couple of clinical studies where patients with cancer were treated with standard of care, but before their standard of care treatment, they were fasted for up to 72 hours. And what happens, what he's shown in animal studies happens is that because the fasting is a type of stress, all your healthy cells increase all these stress response pathways. They make more heat shock proteins. They're increasing antioxidant production pathways, anti-inflammatory. They're doing all this really good stuff in response. Cancer cells can't do that. They're like screwed up. And so they can't activate those stress response pathways. So it ends up killing them. So what you end up happening is that when you're giving another genotoxic stress like chemo or radiation, your healthy cells become more resistant to the damaging effects of the radiation, and the cancer cells become more sensitized to the death. And so what he's shown in his pilot studies in humans is that basically the humans that were treated with the standard of care, I think it was chemo, and also fasted, they had less neutropenia, which is the loss of like neutrophils, which is the side effect because you're losing normal healthy cells. So they had less of that happening, less myelosuppression. So, anyways, the point is that I think if you can find a way to get positive benefits, without having to do something so risky and potentially dangerous and unstudied, unstudied in a really scientific way, controlling for confounding factors and all sorts of long-term, just all of that is really important.